Alright guys, I have the Edge 540 plugged in on the 3S 450 mAh battery pack. I'll quickly show you this. This is the only problem about this plane so far is the spaghetti noodles of cable management I have. How's this going? One moment, I can't see. Just like that, I guess. Yep. So, just to show you everything works, you can hear the 11-year-old servos. They sound horrible. You can see that rudder working. I did program rates on this, so this is my high rate, and then this is my low rate, and then that's on everything across the board. So we'll see. I've been wanting to fly one of these things for so long. So I'm going to be taking off on high rate. Make sure everything's working. Feels a little surreal, but let's see. Taking off. This is on 100% rates. Might not be the best idea, but we'll see. Alright, so yeah, obviously a bit touchy. Gonna go down to my low rate. There we go. It's quite a bit of rudder trim. Feels fine though. Oh, this does not feel like a plane. It feels amazing. It feels so lightweight. Let's get a bit of hovering action here. Could use a bit more elevator deflection and a bit less aileron rate. I think I could use some expo. See how it does on a rolling circle. Yeah, I really need to push on that elevator. She's solid though. Let me see, it needs aileron trim. I mean, the aileron's like almost completely warped. Oh man. It feels so light, like it just floats in the air. Hovering's a bit of a challenge with this one. Doesn't want to stay. Ah, there we go. On. I'm gonna keep on trying a hover. Trying to get used to it. There we go. Stay, stay, stay. Sit still. Oh man. I'm really just having a good time here. think if I lowered my aileron rates, I'd be able to hover a bit easier. The inverted performance feels great. Gonna be landing, so I don't want to harm the little 3S450. Whoa. Okay, so that was my maiden flight on the E-flite Edge 540 QQ280, and this thing flies really, really well. I'm super satisfied with it. You can really feel the weight in the air, and as a good way. Like, it feels so light. It feels like a little kite in the air. It just does anything you want it to do. Harriers feel amazing. Rolling circles feel amazing. My flag was a little bit sloppier. I'm on this DX9, and on the DX9, I normally fly on my TX16S. On the DX9, I can push my elevator a lot more, so I was trying to get used to that. But other than that, it felt really, really amazing there. Super locked. The only real thing I did have a problem doing was hovering on this thing. Normally, I'm pretty decent at it, but on this one, it didn't really want to sit still. I think partially it's because of the transmitter, and also I need to put some expo on these ailerons. I just eyeballed dual rates. I didn't put any like actual expo though. So yeah, and the rudder, I'm glad my little mock rudder worked. So yeah, but other than that, this plane is absolutely amazing. I'm so happy with it, and honestly, I just can't believe I have one in my hands. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for tuning to John's RC. If you're new to the channel, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys, I'll see you in the next one.
Awesome flight, John. Great job, buddy.
Hey guys, John here, and welcome back to John's RC. And today I am here with quite an interesting plane that I'm super excited to show you guys. This is the E-flite Edge 540 QQ280. And I think I've talked about the 280 lineup of planes in a couple of my videos, but this is like, these are some of the rarest planes you can find on like the E-flite market, and this one is certainly no exception. So the E-flite 280 line came as a bunch of, I want to say, there were a bunch of planes, and most of them were aerobatic. So there was the Edge 540, this one. There was the Viking 280, the Inversa 280, and they also had a couple of Warbirds and gliders. But this and the Viking I've been looking for so long, and I found this for $80 online, actually. We met up with a guy, and we got it. It came in, it's quite tattered, as you can see. I mean, the wingtip is kind of bent. You have all the hanger rash. And actually, if you look over here, when we got this, the rudder was actually clipped, so there was no counterbalance on the top of the rudder. And I fixed that by just taking a raw foam board, and by raw I mean I got foam board and I peeled off the two paper backings on it, and I just used the foam board to kind of make my own counterbalance. I don't know how accurate this is to the original one. I kind of just eyeballed it and then I sanded it off. But I think it looks quite good, and hopefully it stays on during flight. I just have it attached by hot glue. So, yeah, this is a 4-channel airplane, so that means you have your throttle control, aileron, elevator, and rudder. Um, for the electronics, you have these super old, 3.5 gram servos. So you have the two for the aileron, and then you have one for the elevator and one for the rudder. Uh, The receiver they use is what they used to call a nanolite receiver, and it was like a super light one. I think it weighed less than 5 grams, and the cables were super tiny. And to bind it, there was no actual bind plug. There's these two pins. You can actually kind of see it through here. There's these two pins. You can see it through this hole. There's two pins, and you have to short them by holding like a pair of tweezers to complete the circuit, and you have to short them while plug it in. So it's kind of a two-man job because you need someone to plug it in, they need someone to hold the tweezers to short it, so which I had my dad hold that. So yeah, this plane uses a 3-cell 450 milliamp hour battery pack. I have two kinds of batteries that I'm going to be using. I have this Gens Ace 3S 450 milliamp hour battery pack, and what discharge rate is this? 45C. And then I have a Spectrum 3S 450, and I believe this is 50C, right? 50C, yeah. And that goes right here in this tiny little hatch. The ESC comes with a 10 amp ESC, and it came originally with the JST connector, but all of my batteries are IC2. So you see it just fits here, and we soldered an IC2 connector to that. So this model has a wingspan of 660 millimeters. And so it's not UMX size, it's slightly larger than a UMX. And it has a length of 612 millimeters. And it has a flying weight of 235 grams. That is incredibly light for what it is. Now, this was when almost all of the E-flite planes were super lightweight. I mean, this was the time when all the UMXs were under 100 grams. And the reason this thing is so light is obviously because the electronics are tiny, but also the density of the foam is super thin. And if I shine my flashlight through this, you can see, I'm not sure how well, here, you can kind of see it, sorry, maybe this way. I don't know if you can see it at all, but the wings are hollow, and it's built like a balsa plane. Here, can you see it? It's light outside, so yeah, you can kind of see my light running through this. The wings are hollow, so it's super lightweight and super compact. So yeah, I have this thing bound to my Spectrum DX9, and other than that, it's ready to go. So hopefully it flies somewhat close to how it was new. Uh, Obviously not, because I mean it's got a completely different rudder, and the wing is bent. But we'll see how it flies. So